What if we could go back to a time before cell phones existed? I'm sure like me, you've asked yourself this question before. And when I imagine life without technology, I imagine this kind of peaceful, nostalgic time. People going out at night, walking around, and being fully present with the people and experiences that are going on around them. But today, it seems like we're kind of split between these two realities, the present and our phones. Especially for me, being a 90s baby, a time when nobody had cell phones is basically a distant memory. I mean, I had my first phone when I was 15, and so did most of the people around me. And when I thought about it, I realized that, you know what, while I can't control what other people do, if I really wanted to feel what it's like to not have a phone, then I can. I could just get rid of it. Well, not forever, but I mean, I'm sure I could for 1 week, right? Now look, there are a few ways that I could do this, right? I think the YouTube over-dramatic thing to do would be like, I'm gonna smash my phone with a hammer or throw it off a 10-story building or some dramatic thing like that. But I think we're just gonna do something a lot more simple than this. And that is, I'm just gonna give my phone to Shane for a week. And he's gonna make sure that I can't go anywhere near it. Now, I'm not doing this challenge alone. I'm also being joined by ikario team member and filmmaker extraordinaire, Jonas. Why did you want to do this challenge with me, Jonas?
Oh, I'm watching a lot of YouTube. It's way too easy to be like, oh, I need an escape, and I just grab my phone and go lay on my bed and, escape whatever responsibility I should be facing.
To get an idea of how real the problem is, we knew we needed to dig deeper into our actual phone usage. The screen time app on your phone is kind of like looking at your credit card bill after going out to eat a lot in 1 month. You don't want to look at it, but you probably should. For Jonas, the biggest problem was YouTube. He spent an average of 3.5 hours on YouTube per day, along with a total of 6 hours of screen time. And my problem? WhatsApp. WhatsApp is just as addictive as any other smartphone app, and although I don't want to admit it, I fell into the rabbit hole. 2.5 hours per day, along with 6 hours and 14 minutes of screen time per day. YouTube is also a problem. Before the challenge started, we decided to have a conversation and make some predictions about what would happen in the coming week without our phone.
I'm gonna spend more time on my computer. I already know that.
I think I'm gonna be like twitching for the first few days.
Probably gonna be quite difficult to navigate. I will have troubles going to horseback riding lessons because I can't use Bolt or Uber.
But I think it's gonna be nice too. I think it's gonna be relaxing in a way.
It's probably gonna be nice not to have to respond to text messages. I hope it's one less thing to worry about.
Okay, are we ready to give our phones away? Do you think you're ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Oh, wait. Remember, we have to do that thing first.
Oh.
Hello, Mom.
Are you okay?
For a week, I won't be able to talk on the phone.
I'm not going to use my phone for the next 7 days, so.
Okay. Alright. Why are you doing that?
No WhatsApp, no calls, no nothing.
Hey, Nicola, yeah, so, Abby, I'm not using my phone for a week, so you won't be able to reach me in case you miss me. I don't know.
I just wanted to say that I will not be using my phone for the next 7 days.
How are you gonna, I don't know. Send me a letter, do something. I'll send you the address, just do something. So now that we had taken care of everything that we needed to, it was time to head over to Shane's and say our final goodbyes. Okay, so I'm gonna give you this, and what are you gonna do?
Don't worry about it, mate.
Where is it?
All you need to know is that you're not gonna see this again for a whole week. All right. So until next Wednesday, right?
Until next Wednesday.
I'm not even gonna tell you where I'm gonna put it.
Now what? Did I turn it off? So I've been without a phone for a few hours. Initial reaction, relaxed. Like I feel so much, like I don't need to constantly respond to people and check my messages and check my phones. And I just took a nap on the couch and it was like the best nap ever. It feels good right now. That might change, but I'm pretty happy without it. Woke up, no phone. It was extremely peaceful in a way because I wasn't waking up looking for my phone trying to check it. There was just this, there is no phone. But we need to check on Jonas. That's what we need to do. Dude. Your alarm clock.
It's not here.
What time is it?
Too early, 7 something.
Nope. The average American spends 10 hours and 39 minutes of screen times per day. 5.4 hours of this are on mobile devices. This amounts to 1,971 hours per year, basically a full-time job for most people. If you ask these people if they wanted to spend a third of their waking hours and their lives on a phone, I don't think that they would say yes. But yet we keep falling into the trap. Although wasted time is a huge motivation for getting rid of our phones, almost as important is our productivity. Most of us work from home nowadays, and to understand the importance of not being distracted while working, we have to look at something called switching costs. Psychologist Gerald Weinberg says every time you switch tasks or multitask, you lose mental energy. So if you're switching between 2 tasks, for example, 40% of your focus goes to one, 40% to the other, and 20% gets lost. If you switch between 3 tasks, you get 20% productive time to each and 40% gets lost. Working without the phone, it's cool how I just have zero temptation to check something or be distracted by something. It's literally just not an option. I don't know about you, but I don't notice like an overwhelming oh my God, where's my phone?
No.
While I noticed the effects while working, being able to focus on one thing for extended periods of time was also interesting to see the benefits in other areas as well. All right, so here's the deal. I want to go to the beach, so I'm going to the beach. I have no phone, which is going to be interesting, I guess. I'm curious to see how that goes. I'm just going to do some reading, lie in the sun, go for a swim. I mean, it's a nice day. So I go basically to the train to take the train to the beach. Now, I've always been saying how I don't read enough, I want to read more. 20 minutes into the train ride, and I just noticed I was getting so deep into the book, and I was also really enjoying it. And then I got to the beach and it was the same thing, just lying on the beach for literally hours, just reading this book. I think what would happen before is that I would read a little bit and then I'd say, oh, let me check my messages. And then I'd read a little bit and then check my messages. And I think this prevented me from ever really deeply focusing on the book. I thought that was really interesting. Another example where I noticed the difference of not having a phone was on Friday when we had one of our team movie nights. And we were watching a movie I'd already seen before, The Big Short, and I was just surprised at how different the experience felt not having a phone. It was much more relaxing, and I got way deeper into the movie, and I just really enjoyed it a lot more than I normally would have. But like anything in life, not having a phone also has its downsides. The downsides, like inconveniences to not having a phone.
Well, I have all my books on Audible, which means no books. Also, no bolts. No saying, oh, I'm gonna be there at XYZ time. I just realized I need to get to horseback riding. No Uber, no Bolt. Basically, I need to walk from where we live all the way up to Rusio, which will take about 25 minutes. Then I need to find a multi-bunker there, get myself a card for the train, and then find the right track, and then drive over with the train, and then find my way over here next to Monsanto without Google Maps. And go back and all that, go back and all that, while I'm knowing if I'm running out of money, because my phone's automatically frozen from my account. So I guess my phone again, I log into my phone to cover my phone call, which I can't put on my phone now. Maybe I'll be broke when I ride there, all the way back, it'll take like 1 hour.
So basically there's good things about having a phone.
Yes. I started to notice these things also. There's a ton of convenience that comes with having a phone. Things like ordering groceries online became much more difficult, and trying to meet up with people and make plans was just an absolute hassle. But aside from these minute inconveniences, there was one thing about not having a phone that was surprisingly difficult: the loneliness of it.
Hey guys, so currently it's 5 a.m. Actually, I don't even know what time it is. I'm assuming it's 5 a.m. I can't get back to bed for some reason. Just woke up in the middle of the night and was like looking for and like reaching for my phone. I wanted to see what people are doing and see messages from my family and friends and stuff like that. It's lonely without my phone. Like, I'm missing this sense of connection to people and to the world. And for some reason, this feeling of loneliness only came at night. I think I'd gotten into the habit of texting people in bed and in the morning, so not having my phone at night with me, it just felt isolating. It kind of made me wonder if this sense of connectedness we get from our phones is actually not such a bad thing, keeping us at arm's length away from our friends and families even on the other side of the world might be the reason why living in Lisbon for almost a year has not been that difficult and I don't really feel homesick. Alright guys, it's day 7 of the challenge. That means it's time to go get our phones. How you feeling?
Empty.
Alright, let's go.
I know you feel it in the nighttime, and you've given all your days while they were waiting on the right time. You went and made your wave. I sent
You miss your phones.
So once again, I'm gone with the summer.
So what did we learn from this challenge? Well, I can say that there are definitely good and bad things about having phones on us 24/7. On the one hand, it's extremely convenient to be able to call an Uber wherever you are, or check the map and find a cafe nearby. This is a nice phone, man.
So weird.
Oh, look at this thing. I also think it does provide a legit sense of connection to the people that we care about. But while there are clearly benefits to having a phone, what are the downsides? The fact that I was picking up my phone over 150 times per day means that I never really reached a state of deep focus on anything. Even returning home after work was completely different. Instead of just reaching for my phone and switching frantically between tasks until going to bed, I had to actually think about what I am going to do. And I would spend those hours reading a book or watching a movie with nothing pulling me away into this endless world of distraction. And for someone like me who wants to achieve things in my life, this is all kind of a bit scary. I don't want to be someone who can't focus on important things because of this mindless distraction. And I think this is also something that is going to hurt us as a generation. Our short attention spans will make it more difficult to put in the deep focus required to really study and get good at a craft or a profession. If this challenge did anything, it made me think about how I can use my phone to live a great life and not let it use me. And for you watching this video, do I recommend you experiment with long periods of time without a phone? Absolutely. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from getting a different perspective.
Gone with the summer.